everybody. It is that time of the week again. It is Live with Kristy Wednesday, Wicked Wednesday, Werewolf Wednesday, whatever kind of Wednesday you are having. But this Wednesday, it is Live with Kristy Wednesday. And it's been a few weeks since we have done this. A lot has happened in the past few weeks. A lot has been going on, and I have a lot to talk about. But this is going to be a fun show. Like I said, I have a lot to talk about, a lot to catch up y'all on. I got several movies I want to just mention and talk about. We did not do the Nightmare podcast this week, so there's not one particular movie that we're talking about or I'm talking about or anything. But I do have several movies to talk about. I have several new products that are on the website. We are getting the website back going. We are putting new products on there again. And I have a lot of products to show you guys. So a lot to talk about. This is going to be a fun show. Okay? So how are y'all doing? I mean, it's been a minute. Thank you so much for joining in. I'm going to get y'all caught up on everything, I promise. Hello, Israel, Quentin. Hello, Noah. Hello, Dan. How are you? Hello, Elaine, Jeff. Hello, The Collector. How are you? Hello, Rich. Halloween King Myers. Hello, hello. No, I haven't seen anything at the movie theater. I have not had any time to go to the movie theater. I haven't, I've been helping Philip and stuff, so haven't gone to the movie theater. But I do have some other stuff too, other movies and other things to talk about. Hello, Trico. How are you? Hello, hello. So let's get started since I do have a lot to talk about. It's been a few weeks since we've done this. I have tons of notes and things I've wrote down, so I didn't miss anything. So let's see. The last time we talked, it was the 13th, March 13th, and I talked about Imaginary. And we were doing Leprechaun that night at Nightmare Cafe. So that was the last time I talked to y'all. And a lot's happened. A lot has happened. So first things first, the most important thing I would like to tell y'all, Philip is doing much better. Philip, you want to say hello? So everybody knows you're here. There he is. There's Philip. He's still alive. But be serious. In all seriousness, though, I'd like to talk about what happened with Philip, and then maybe it might put some insight to, if you know anybody that is having a heart attack or has had heart attacks, because there's stuff that I didn't know. So what had happened, it was 2 Wednesdays ago. We were getting ready for work, getting ready to come do all this with you guys. And I was getting dressed. He went to go get breakfast. He always likes to get his biscuits at McDonald's, which he cannot have anymore. And he came back from getting his biscuits, and I was still getting dressed, and he laid down on the bed and was like, I just don't feel good. I don't feel right, whatever. And, he didn't look good. So we went down to his brother's house, who has also have had a heart attack as well. And his brother and his sister-in-law were partners in the Nightmare Cafe as well. And about a year and a half ago, his brother had a heart attack. So we went down there to check his blood pressure. And his brother's blood pressure thing was out in his car. So we were in the driveway, and his blood pressure was high. And this is all happening in the morning hours of that Wednesday. And then Philip pretty much kind of collapsed in the driveway. He threw up, and throwing up is something I did not know was something that happens when you have a heart attack. So that was something I didn't know. But he was throwing up, and we got the ambulance there quickly. They came very quickly. They got him in the ambulance and did whatever test they did on him really quick to make sure, it's not just a panic attack. Because at first I thought it was a panic attack. I didn't know, but he doesn't ever have panic attacks. And they said, yes, he's having a massive heart attack. We've got to go. So they leave. They go to the hospital. I go get my car, go to the hospital. And I'm waiting all day, basically almost. And then the doctor finally comes. And he had the heart attack. They went in, did the surgery, put in a stent, and they put him in recovery. Well, when he was in recovery, he had another heart attack. The medication was not working. Well, it did. Well, I should say it was working, but it hadn't worked yet, is what I'm trying to say. And so what they had just done to his heart, it clogged right back up, and he had another heart attack in recovery. Now, how scary is that? So they had to go back in again, put in another stent, and then after that, he was good. He was in the hospital for a couple days. I brought him home, and Philip is doing much better now. Much better. And we would both like to thank everybody for all the well wishes and all the messages and comments and everything over the past few weeks about Philip. We did almost lose him, though. He was, was it the first heart attack? Was it the second one, the second time around? After the first one, he was slowly going. And they had to do the shock things, whatever those things were called, the shock paddle things on him. And that got him right back. Thank God. But he said that was like the worst pain ever. It hurt like hell. He came up off the table like cussing everybody out. But apparently that's what a lot of people do. That's what the doctor told me, that's normal. So apparently that hurts like hell. Didn't know that, right? I guess. So that's what happened with Philip. And again, like I said, he's doing much better now. Philip is not a person that he doesn't like to be fussed over. He just wants to move on. He's a strong person. And I mean, he was back. He was just back being normal Philip after coming home from the hospital. So. And ready to get out and do something. But I had him at home for a good week and in bed and all that and resting. And but he's doing good now. So there we go. There's all about Philip. Hold on. Let me see what y'all are saying. Let me get caught up. I'm so sorry. Hey, that horror couple. How are y'all? Hello, Chris. Sorry, I'm trying to get caught up here. Hello. I don't want to scare anybody, but I do want to, I wanted to talk about that because I wanted to make sure that everybody knew some of the symptoms. Hello, Mike. How are you? Hello, Jeff. Hello, Tony. I'm great. How are you? Hello, Charles. How are you doing? Hello, Michael. Michael, you had a birthday the other day. I'm not on Facebook to know this all the time, but you had a birthday the other day, so happy birthday. But anyway, so yeah, that's what happened with Philip. And so that leads me into the next topic, the next discussion, and that leads into Nightmare Cafe. I bet that was a big surprise to everybody. So Nightmare Cafe, that had actually been something that the four of us had been wanting to do for some time, was close the bar restaurant. So Philip having the heart attack wasn't the reason. We were already going to do that. That just put the cherry on top of the cake. That's all. And like I said, his brother had one a year and a half ago. And so, it just, I don't want to really get into it too much. But I want to make this perfectly clear. We did not fail, and the bar and restaurant was very popular. And I think that we did a very cool and really good thing for Vegas, for the horror community. And I hope that we can show other entrepreneurs in the horror community that, if you put your mind to it, you really can do something. And who else says that? Back to the Future, right? But it's true. It's so true, though. But yeah, there's a lot of people out there nowadays that are opening up a store now, or doing an online store. But if other people that are opening up a little store maybe can give them an idea in their city, in their town, hey, you know what? Maybe I should open up a little, a little something else to go along with the store. Maybe a little restaurant. Maybe somebody else out there might have the same idea that we had. And maybe it might work even better for you. But it can be done. We showed that it can be done. And it's a great place. All the artwork. I'm so sad about all the artwork going. But everybody has been fantastic with everybody's comments and messages and everything about the bar. So I thank you very much. It is something that we are happy about. I know nobody else is happy about it, but we are. It just got to be too much. It was too much. And something that a lot of people don't know, and I have mentioned it before, that Philip and his brother own a whole other business. They have a whole other business that they deal with, and in the past months, they've been trying to build a website for and everything. That business is in Alabama. It has nothing to do with horror, nothing to do with me or anything. So they already have that business. And then, me and Philip had Nightmare Toys, and then the four of us had Nightmare Cafe. And then his brother has a small child on top of that. It just got to be a lot. It really was. We admit to that. So closing the bar was actually something that we already had planned and we're already going to do. So like I said, Philip's heart attack was just the cherry on top of the cake, and we're good. We're totally good. We just want to move on, and we just want to keep on with Nightmare Toys. So Nightmare Toys is not going anywhere, and we're going to do everything we can with Nightmare Toys now and just roll with that. So there's that. A lot of people did purchase some of the tables and some of the decor and mugs and glasses and all the, a lot of the stuff from the cafe. So that's pretty cool. If you do live in Las Vegas, and I think we're still selling the tables, right? Yes. Yeah. 4-person, 6-person, and 8. And they're 4, 6, 8. Yeah. So if you live in Las Vegas or whatever, and you want a really cool horror table for your house or for whatever, we are selling the tables that we have still. A couple of people have bought them. We have 4-person, 6-person, and 8-person tables. They are really big, thick wood tables. Very nice. And then each of them are a little bit different, but they all have different movie posters on top of them. And then it's shellacked over. And they're really cool. And like I said, there's different movie posters on each table. And so the 4-person, 6-person, 8-person, 400, 600, and 800 are what we're asking for them. So if you're interested in that, you can contact, are we doing info@nightmaretoys.com? info@nightmaretoys.com, and that'll be Philip, and he can set you up with something and whatever else there is to purchase from the bar. We're selling everything. So all right, what are y'all saying? Oh, thank you so much. Motley Crue, Kickstart My Heart. Such a good song. Thank you so much, y'all. I love y'all. Finally come up. Why, hello, Xavier. How are you? Did I say that right? Hello, the Asylum Beyond the Dead. I like that. The Asylum Beyond the Dead. I love that. All right. So yeah, Philip, Nightmare Cafe closing. That all happened in 1 week. And then I had posted some of the projects that I had going on as well. And with everything that was going on, I really did not want to cancel anything that I had already had scheduled for that week. I didn't want to, shake things up for other people. I wanted to continue to doing what I had to, my obligations. And Philip was fine. He just stayed home and stayed in bed. He was good. But that Saturday night, we had the Ginger Lynn signing, and that went really well. That went really well. I could not have asked for a better evening. And something else, I didn't even get to talk about any of this, but the Leah Basoy signing, I didn't get to talk about that. That went really well too. So thank you everybody who came out to both signings that we had with Leah and then with Ginger. They both went well. We were very busy. Could not have been happier. And also with Nightmare Cafe, that Wednesday, the last Wednesday I did this, we played Leprechaun at Nightmare Cafe. That was the last movie we did for my Wednesday night watch parties we were doing, and that went really well too. We were really busy for that, so thank you everybody that came out for my Wednesday night watch parties. That was fun. That was real fun. Let's see. And then that weekend was Days of the Dead. Haven't gotten to talk about Days of the Dead either. See, I told you, lots to talk about. Days of the Dead went really good. We were very busy. Obviously, it was our last weekend for Nightmare Cafe, and we ended up closing on that Saturday. But or it was the next Saturday, wasn't it? Yeah, it was the next weekend, or was it that weekend we closed? I'm so confused in what we've been doing. We've been having so much stuff happening. I think it was that weekend because we were open for Days of the Dead. But we were really, really busy for Days of the Dead. That went really well. That was tons of fun. Got to see everybody, all my friends from Instagram. So thank you for everybody who came by the booth and got an autograph and pictures and come say hi. And everybody that came to the store and came to Nightmare Cafe for Days of the Dead. Like I said, it was extremely busy for that weekend. We did want to make sure that we were open. The Nightmare Cafe was open that weekend. So, yeah, that went really well. Yeah, it was the following Saturday was our last. It was the Ginger Lynn signing. That night was our last night for the cafe. And that Friday and that Saturday, the line at the cafe was down the block. It was like we opened a nightclub. It was crazy. It was like, oh my God, where were all these people every day? But yeah, we were very busy. So we went out with a bang. So thank you for everybody for that. But yeah, I mean, just that went really well. Let's see, what else did we do? The Ginger Lynn signing. Oh, and then that Sunday, this past Sunday, I did, or it was on the 24th, excuse me, not on Easter, but on the 24th, I had to shoot a movie with Ginger Lynn. It is the sequel to The Gifted. It is called Barb and Vic. And we had to go out to the Chicken Ranch for that. The Chicken Ranch is a brothel, in case you do not know that. I want to say this. It was so freaking cute. This brothel, the front of the Chicken Ranch, it is so adorable. I don't know why I didn't take pictures of the front of it. I only took pictures of the sign. I don't know why. I should have taken pictures of the whole thing. But it was so cute, so nice. We go in and it was very clean, very professional. All the girls were very professional, very nice, very sweet. Everybody was very cute. But I would like to say thank you to the Chicken Ranch. I mean, y'all were so hospitable and just very much welcomed all of us that were there to film the movie. And the scene that we were supposed to do, we were supposed to film it outside of the Chicken Ranch. It wasn't even supposed to be inside. But the weather was not cooperating. So they were like, oh, y'all come on inside, get a free drink. Well, first round's on us. Come inside. We went inside and we had so much fun. And we ended up shooting the scene that I'm in inside, which ended up working out a whole lot better. I think it worked out a lot better being inside. But I don't want to give out too much. It's just a little small part. But my title is Bimbo. I'm Bimbo and I'm with Elvis. Elvis and Bimbo. So that was fun. Ginger had to bring me some of her clothes because I don't have the right clothes in my wardrobe because my entire wardrobe is black and horror t-shirts. So I had to wear something of Ginger's for that role. So that was fun. I had a very weird moment at home trying on her clothes. I'm like, well, this is odd. I'm about to do a horror movie with Ginger Lynn and I'm trying on her clothes. What the hell is happening? I was having like one of those moments. So yeah, I'm wearing her halter top in the movie. But it went really well. I feel very good about that part. Again, it's just a small little part, but I felt very good about it. And we had a ton of fun making it, and I can't wait for everybody to see it. It was so cool. It was fun. Ginger actually called me this morning, and we were talking again. And she just got casted for OnlyFans. So yay. Yeah, she was calling and telling me that, and then we were just talking about other stuff. But yeah, she just got casted. Both Leah and Ginger are such sweethearts. Aren't they, though? Hello, Ryan. How are you, Ryan? I'm behind on the messages here. What's my favorite kill from the original Halloween? Oh. Well, I don't know. I'd have to say Annie in the car. That's what I'd have. Yeah, Annie in the car. Yep. Days of the Dead was fun. There is a possession movie from the 70s called Beyond the Door. Yes, there is. I've seen that. I think I own it. I think I do. Yeah. That's a good movie, though. Hey, Lester, how are you? Did you see The Gifted? Aw. Hello, Captain Spaulding. Michael Myers bites off Linda's head in the ghost sheet. Huh. Yes, Ginger Lynn's going to be in OnlyFans. Thank you, Dan. I highly appreciate that. Yes, these are new lunch boxes, but there's no ghost face. There needs to be a ghost face one, though. I need to tell Fun World. Hello, Darren. How are you? Hello, Jimmy. I'm sorry you missed most of this, but you can always go back and rewatch, though, on the YouTube, so it's all good. All right, so continuing on, because I have so much to talk about still. So Ginger Lynn, that went cool. That signing was really cool. And then we were supposed to do Ghostbusters, but obviously, like I said, I haven't been to the movie theater, so I haven't watched Ghostbusters. I did, before that happened with Philip, though, that Monday before that, me and Philip went to the movie theater, and I bought all the stuff, all the, from Regal, all the collectible stuff, but I hadn't watched it. So I'm missing out. And then I like to watch The Last Night of the Devil because that's something everybody's watching as well too. But like I said, I just haven't been able to go to the movie theater. But this coming week, I'm going to go. I'm going to watch The Last Omen, and we're going to do The Last Omen next week for the Nightmare Podcast. Me and Brian will talk about that. So we'll return for the Nightmare Podcast, and I'll talk about that next week too, The Last Omen. And I have some other stuff I want to watch too, so we'll see. I'll have some other movies to talk about next week besides The Last Omen, but it's looking interesting. They're coming out with some new trailers for that, and I'm like, okay, this might be good. We'll see. I never judge anything by trailers, though. What else has happened? Let's see. Days of the Dead, Philip, Leprechaun, got that out of the way. Ginger Lynn. Oh, Joe Bob. So we did, let's see, Easter Sunday. So that's what I was going to say. We had 2 holidays in a row, Easter Sunday and then April Fool's Day. Yay, my favorite horror movie. So how cool was it to have 2 holidays in a row, and then you can just marathon those horror movies. So much fun, right? I know Easter Sunday, I watched a few of the Easter movies, and then I did watch Critters 2, of course. You have to watch Critters 2. Critters 2 to me is just, it's so much fun. the practical effects, the cast, just everything about Critters 2, it just puts a smile on my face every time I watch it every year for Easter. And that's pretty much the only time I do watch it, I guess, is for Easter, which is kind of odd. Because, I mean, I should be watching it all the time. They just put all 4 Critters on Tubi. So if you haven't seen those, I highly suggest all the Critters movies. But yeah, Critters 2 is like a must-see for Easter. You got to watch that one. To me, it's the only like really good one. A lot of these Easter movies, and there's quite a few, just to me, just aren't that great. And that's going into Joe Bob. So how many people watched the Easter special, Joe Bob and Darcy? I did get to watch that, and I enjoyed myself. Of course, Darcy looked super cute as a little Easter bunny. And then Joe Bob later on had his ears and his little nose and stuff on. He looked cute. But so they played Rotten Tail. I had never seen that one, so I was glad that they did a movie I hadn't seen. It's a pretty bad movie. But I mean, that's what Joe Bob shows, is bad movies, right? So it's hard for me to see people complain about Joe Bob's and like his whole, and like the movies he plays and all that, because I mean, that's just what Joe Bob has always done. He's always played shitty movies, and that's how I was always able to watch him, because of Joe Bob and because of Elvira. She always played crappy movies too, B-rated movies. So people out there right now complaining about him and his shitty movies, I mean, why are you watching then if you think they're shitty? And again, those are the movies that he plays. I mean, that's just what it is. I'm glad he did Rotten Tail, like I said, though, because I hadn't seen it. It was kind of pretty bad, but I do like the cast, and I love Corin Nemec, and I love oh my God, Dominic Swain. God, I couldn't get it out. Dominic Swain. They were both very popular in the 90s, well, Corin Nemec was popular in the 90s. I did watch his show that he started with Parker Lewis Can't Lose. That was in the early 90s. So yeah, and then Dominic Swain, she became very popular with a lot of movies in the early 2000s, Smokers being one of my favorites. So the cast is cool. It was an interesting movie, a lot of reminiscent of Reanimator a little bit, very cheesy, of course. But that might be a new movie for you to watch next Easter, Rotten Tail, or, you know, go watch Joe Bob right now and go watch it now. It's on Shudder. So yeah. I would like to say this as well. I like the new format for Joe Bob. It's just one movie. I like that. I feel like that's all we need to do is one movie. It's been 2 movies this whole time, which is fine too. When it comes to Joe Bob, I don't care what he's doing. I love him. I love to listen to him talk. He doesn't even have to play movies, and I'll just listen to him talk. So whatever it is, because I'm a fan and all that, you know, I'm going to watch. But whenever it was the 2 movies, I could never make it through the second one. And I think that was a lot of people's complaint, especially on the East Coast. And I'm not even on the East Coast. I was Central Time being in Alabama, and now I'm West Coast, and I still can't make it. But I feel like, you know, that was a lot of people's complaint about the 2 movies and going, you know, way late, because they didn't even get started until 9 o'clock on the East Coast. So I think the one movie format is awesome. And then maybe, you know, if they do a special or something and they want to do the 2 movies, cool. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with whatever they do. It does not bother me, but apparently it bothers a lot of people. And it's quite insane to see all these people just complain about the new format. It's really unreal to me. I mean, that's what you want to complain about? It's kind of like the people complaining about the Tubi logo. Like, really? You're really complaining? And I've seen people like, oh, this is going to suck, and da-da-da-da-da, and all this stuff. And I'm just like, But if you're a Joe Bob Last Drive-In fan, what does it matter? It shouldn't even matter. And you should just be like, oh, okay, they're changing the format. Oh, it's one movie. Okay, cool. Like I do. That's how I react. Okay, cool. And move on with my life. But again, like I've said before, a lot of people give themselves anxiety, in my opinion. And then you have to go post about it. And then everybody else has to say their opinion. And then it gets this whole thing riled up, which I guess is what's supposed to happen. But I'm not getting into all that. I don't want to get into all that conversation because I think it's kind of ridiculous. I'm sorry, but I do. I think it's ridiculous. It's weird because Joe Bob had to post like 3 or 4 times what they were doing in their formats. Like people just couldn't get it or whatever. And I noticed on Instagram, like he gets a lot of comments, but not that much. But on this particular subject of their format, there's like fucking 400 comments. And half of people freaking out. It's just, God, chill out. Drives me nuts. It really does. Because it's just, I'm sorry, it's just dumb shit to like sit and argue about and whatever. This is what they're doing. One movie now. Get over it. Watch or don't. That's it. Woo! And you know what? Where I see all this crap at? X. Twitter, whatever you want to call it. It's just like, I can't get into a lot of the conversations and a lot of stuff on X. I won't do it. I don't want to do it. A lot of it to me is unnecessary arguments and unnecessary, I don't know, bitching, I guess. Whatever. So, okay. That's all I have to say about that. Oh, I'm missing a lot of stuff here. Hold on. Where are we at? Darren, you're doing your best. Well, that's all we can do. I'm liking the scarecrow costume, Lester. Philip left me, and he's not controlling my cameras. So, okay. I haven't watched Godzilla versus Kong or any of that. I haven't really watched any Godzilla or Kong movies. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there. I guess maybe I should start. They actually should be a Scream 6 lunchbox. Well, I think any Ghostface lunchbox would be good. Abigail, I'm wanting to watch. Abigail, I can't wait. So, prequel to the original, I hope it's good. Me too, Trico. Thank you. I appreciate that. The Passion of the Christ Extreme. You know what? I have yet to watch that movie, and I hear about that a lot. I probably need to watch that. Yes, the third one had Leo. I actually had the third Critters on this morning when I was getting dressed, to be honest. Oh, Critters Attack was good. I like that. I have that one too. I thought that was fun. Yes, I do. The dioramas? Yes, I do. The killer mutant rabbit. I like dioramas. It was fun to watch Rotten Tail, like, with Joe Bob and Darcy with that show. I don't think that I probably would have just went and turned on Rotten Tail at some point in time. I don't know, maybe, because I try to watch all the Easter movies, so maybe I would have. But it was just more fun with them doing on their show, and then Joe Bob having his commentary and stuff too. It sucks like the new Crow trailer. What is my favorite Michael Myers mask from the Blumhouse trilogy? Well, hun, honestly, I do not like the Blumhouse trilogy, so I don't have one. Hey, Danny, how are you? Sorry, I'm just trying to read everybody. Yes, Lester, Philip is great. Thank you, Asylum Beyond the Dead. I appreciate that. day of your birthday. Oh, so your birthday's coming up too. So is Philip's. Philip's birthday is actually next Tuesday, April 9th. So now everybody can message him and tell him happy birthday. Except for the first black and white film. See, I haven't seen any of the Godzilla or King Kong movies. Sorry, I just haven't. I've always been a slasher fan my whole life, so I just haven't really sat down to watch those. But I know I need to, and I should. It's not like I'm like against it. I just haven't. Like I said. Where can we watch OnlyFans? I'm not sure yet. It hasn't been made yet. OnlyFans will start. We're going to start filming in July. So I don't know much about The Crow, so I have nothing to say about The Crow. I'm not going to watch it. So I'm not a Crow fan. Like about the Blue House. Oh, Plumhouse was, which I think. Oh, yeah. I liked Corey. I liked his story and his scarecrow mask. That's about it. I don't want to talk about Michael Myers, though. Everybody else does that enough. Okay, so moving on to our holidays. So we covered Easter, and then we had April Fool's Day. So naturally, you know, April Fool's Day is my favorite horror movie, the one that came out in 1986. And you also have, I should have brought my movies with me because I want to suggest something. This is a movie recommendation. So I posted about, you know, April Fool's Day all day long and the movies, and I've seen other people post and stuff. And usually, of course, April Fool's Day is the normal movie that, you know, we all know. And then Slaughter High. But the other movie that I posted about, Killer Party, also came out in 86. And that one I feel like is very underrated. And that one I don't feel like everybody has seen and that everybody doesn't know about that particular movie. But it is an April Fool's Day movie. And I highly, highly, highly recommend that movie. So April Fool's Day, you've got 3 movies that are very good. I recommend all 3 movies, April Fool's Day, Slaughter High, and Killer Party. I watched all 3 as a little marathon on April Fool's Day, so that's fun. So we had Easter movies and then April Fool's Day movies back to back. It was great to be a horror fan this past week. But anyway, Killer Party, now it's not necessarily slasher like the other 2. It's more, it's a little bit slasher, more possession. It was actually made, here is your fun fact, it was actually made in 1984. It didn't come out until 86. And when it came out, it was actually called The April Fools. But it was coming out the same time as April Fool's Day. So they ended up changing the name to Killer Party. So there you go. There's your fun fact for Killer Party. But they do like the first half of the movie, they're at a sorority. And the first half of the movie is like in the fall, but it's the last half of the movie where they put on their spring April Fool's party and things happen and things go a little crazy. It's a little reminiscent of Night of the Demons in a way, although Night of the Demons came later, but it's a little reminiscent of that. Sorta. So if you watch the movie, you'll understand what I'm trying to say there. I don't want to give anything away because I really want y'all to go watch Killer Party. I'm not sure where it's streaming. I didn't write any of this down, so I don't know where it's streaming, but I highly recommend it. So there you go. Let's see. Don't forget, and if you're in Vegas, hit Nightmare Toy. So, it's a big birthday for you, Elaine? Oh. I won something new too, Michael. I'm so with you. Flashback mask was cool. Yeah. Fool's Day is getting a 4K. I did see that they're getting a 4K. Somebody else sent me the link to that. Yeah, April Fool's Day is getting a 4K from, is it Kino Lorber? Is that, yeah. I seen that. I'm going to have that. And then somebody else is putting out a vinyl for April Fool's Day. So I have to have that too. Hello, Aaron. How are you? Oh. You want the Jason Voorhees mask? All right. So moving on to other movies I watched. So I talked about that. Okay, The Plague of the Zombies. I posted that. I bought that from Shout Factory. I took advantage of the Shout Factory sale they had a few weeks ago on Hammer Horror movies. I love Hammer Horror. I highly suggest Hammer Horror if you haven't tried it. And of course, a lot of people know, Christopher Lee, and Peter Cushing and all that, Dracula and the Frankenstein movies, all the Hammer Horror. But there's so many other Hammer Horror movies that are awesome. And one of my favorites is called The Reptile, which I've talked about several times on here. And Dylan Shelley, who used to work for us, his favorite Hammer Horror movie was The Plague of the Zombies. And I had never seen it, and I could never find it to stream. So with the Shout Factory sale, I just bought it on a blind buy. That and another one, I think it was called Fear in the Night. I had never seen either, so I bought both those. And I did watch The Plague of the Zombies, and it was very good. Loved it. It's fun to see the zombie makeup that they did back in the 60s. I think it's like late 60s, early 70s that one was made. I think it was late 60s. But yeah, the makeup's interesting for zombies. Actually it was kind of good, really. Even though it's cheesy looking, but it's kind of good. It's actually better than some people's zombies look. So it wasn't bad for 60s. And then, so the same set for The Plague of the Zombies is also the same set for The Reptile. So they used that same set for both of those movies. And then the lead actress for the Reptile, the brunette, that plays, the daughter that plays the Reptile, she is also in The Plague of the Zombies as well. So it's a nice tie-in. So I think that's a great double feature. And when I was watching The Plague of the Zombies, I was like, this will be a great double feature with the Reptile, with having the same actress and then kind of knowing that it's the same sets and stuff. So yeah, I highly recommend it. I really don't know where it's streaming, but I recommend it so much that I say just go buy it from Shout Factory like I did, and you won't be disappointed. It's just a basic story, a small town, small Cornish town, people are dying, and then people are all of a sudden coming back to life. So they get this doctor from out of town to come into their town to try to figure things out. And of course, he's figuring stuff out. Things are happening along the way, kind of a thing. But just a basic little zombie film, nothing too complicated or anything. And I had total fun with it, and I really, really loved it. So that was a great blind buy. So I do highly recommend The Plague of the Zombies. Then I've sort of watched a lot of stuff. I would like to mention a couple of movies that everybody has been watching lately that are not horror, but I do want to mention them. Hold on really quick. Let me just see what y'all are saying here. Oh, you meant a Jason movie. Oh, yeah. We need another Friday the 13th. For Candid Dead Pits Discord. I can't just call up Fun World and tell them, hey, you need to do something. It doesn't work that way. I wish it did. Oh, I'd appreciate that, Michael. Thank you. I know the lunchboxes are great. Hello, Blood and Bruise. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Trico, for mentioning that. Violent Nature. That's going to be released on Shudder. That looks pretty interesting. So it's from the killer's point of view. somebody sent me the link to that for the trailer, and I was like, that looks pretty cool. That could be very promising. So I'm kind of excited about that. There's a lot of movies on Shudder right now that I haven't watched yet. Like I said, I've been trying to play catch up the past couple of weeks. That first week, I was basically just worried in dealing with Philip and everything, and I wasn't watching anything. So yeah, but we have watched a couple other movies I do want to talk about very briefly that everybody has been talking about. They're action movies, Roadhouse and The Beekeeper. I have watched both of those as well because I knew Philip would be interested in those movies. He's not going to watch The Plague of the Zombies. So I was trying to find movies I know he would be interested in too to watch. So we did watch Roadhouse, and I have seen everybody's pros and cons on Roadhouse. I don't even know where to start with Roadhouse, to be honest with you. I didn't hate it, but I did not love it. I do feel the story was a bit bland. I felt like there were just moments I was kind of bored and kind of like, and I did not feel that way whatsoever with the original Roadhouse movie. I love the original Roadhouse. All the guys, all the actors in that. Anyway. And then when they announced Jake Gyllenhaal, I just thought that was an odd choice. Now, watching the movie, I did change my mind on that. I did like Jake Gyllenhaal. He actually really did a really great job, and I liked him, and he looked great. The fight scenes were pretty cool. There was some cool stuff happening with the fight scenes. I liked some of the other characters. The acting was all good. I liked the ending. The ending was very sweet. I don't know if we need a sweet ending for a Roadhouse movie, but it was a very sweet ending. And I did like that. That was a very nice gesture. I don't want to say what, because if you haven't seen it. But it just, the rest of the story was a bit bland. It wasn't as exciting action and like all the corrupt stuff happening that happened in the original. Everything was just corrupt in the original one. And it just was just kind of like, in this one. So I guess that's just the story kind of fell short for me for Roadhouse. So I still love the original more than this one. But yeah, you go ahead and watch it and you have your own opinion and your own point of view on it. But if you're a huge fan of the original, I can't imagine anybody saying that they like this one better. I can't imagine that, but maybe somebody out there does. But it was okay. It was okay. I'm glad I watched it. Are amazing and you're awesome. Oh, thank you so much. The Asylum Beyond the Dead. Thank you. Yes, rest in peace, Patrick Swayze. Character from the Tu Wong Fu. I love Tu Wong Fu. That's such a good movie. So funny. Fun World gives us no updates. There is not one company that we order from that gives us updates. There is not one company that has ever given us updates. I wish over the past 6 years that I've done this now that companies that we order from would give us updates, but none of them do. It would be ideal, but they don't. It's frustrating. Trust me. Yeah, I'm sure we'll get an update once they get ready to ship anything from us, and then they'll be like, oh, hey, we're shipping, like all of a sudden. That's usually how it goes with everybody. So, yes, Tots is releasing the Part 9 mask only. That's all they have the rights and license for. I'm about to talk about these lunch boxes here shortly. I have so much to talk about, and I have other products, y'all, that are down here on the floor that I haven't been that aren't up here. So please bear with me. I just have a few more movies to talk about, and then I'll get through the products, okay? So let's talk about The Beekeeper really quick. I know it's action, but again, it's movies that everybody's talking about, and this is what I've watched, so, whatever. The Beekeeper with Jason Statham, I loved it. Loved it. I liked it so much better than Roadhouse. Philip did too, and I talked to Brian, and Brian did too. I love Jason Statham, so I'll watch anything he's doing, but I really enjoyed The Beekeeper. The action, it just kept going. I was never bored. I loved the story, and it's, about people scamming you, and then he goes and gets the revenge on those people, but there's other stuff happening too in there. But what he does to those scammers, yeah. And then you got Josh Hutcherson, who plays like the bad guy in a way, pretty much. And how awesome was he? He was great. I love Josh Hutcherson. I like a lot of the stuff that he's done. I have a daughter, and she's watched some of the earlier movies that he's done back in the day, like Bridge to Terabithia, which is a very cute movie. I love him. So it was great to see him in this, and the role that he was playing, it was great. I have nothing bad to say about The Beekeeper. There was some action shit going on that he did to people that was like amazing. Like I was like, oh, and the creative thought process when the writer or whoever and the director and all that is executing that scene, that was very cool. I'll say there's a part where there's a truck, and there's one of the bad guys, and he takes the seatbelt, I think it was a seatbelt from the truck, I believe it was, or something, and wraps it around him. The dude can't move. He takes, it was like, not a seatbelt, but it was like, I can't remember. I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Anyway, he hooks it to the truck, and takes the brake off, and the truck is just going. The dude's attached to this truck, and it's about to land into the water. And the way they shot it, there goes the truck. The guy's freaking out. He knows he's about to go with it, and then whah! The guy just comes flying, and they go into the water. I was like, whoa! That was a ride for that person. And so it was a lot of creative action moments I thought were really cool in The Beekeeper. So I highly recommend The Beekeeper. I thought it was great. Why, hello, Josh. So let me explain about the plastic masks. So what they're actually going to be are blanks. So I already know these blanks that Trick or Treat Studios are going to sell. They can't call them Jason masks. They can't do that for licensing issues. But so I'm a little surprised that they were able to do the hockey mask, but I'm glad that they did. I feel like now a lot of people who rehaul hockey masks might be buying a whole bunch from Trick or Treat Studios. But the only Jason thing that's licensed Jason is the latex over the head goes to hell mask that they're doing. So it's all about licensing, y'all. It's very tricky. Do you like the TV show Scream Mask? I do. I liked the Scream TV show. And hello, Josh. Let's see. Trailer for Monkey Man and Boy Kiss. I haven't seen those. Hello, Gary. How are you? Shows up as a cameo. Beekeeper's way better than Roadhouse. Keep on being awesome. Oh, thank you very much. Hey, Sam Elliott would have been a really cool cameo. But that didn't happen, though, did it? But that would have been cool as shit. That would have made it a little better, maybe. I don't know. Again, Roadhouse wasn't that bad. It's just the story. Like, okay, whatever. All right, so let's move on to some horror movies. I only have two others to talk about that I have watched. So yesterday I watched a Tubi original. Again, you know I'm always reviewing my Tubi originals for y'all. I don't even know if y'all are even going and watching any of these Tubi originals, because I get so many people like, yeah, I'm not watching those. And so I'm watching them for everybody to tell y'all how they are. I love the Tubi originals, though. I have fun with them, so I'm good with watching them. So they had a new one that came out a few weeks ago called The Camp Host. Brand new, an hour and 35 minutes long, so that's good. And basically, it's about a crazy psycho old lady. She plays the camp host. And if you don't go by her rules, well, then she's going to kill you. Basically. So you get a couple that is going camping. They're getting away from the city life for a while, and they want to go be one with nature and go do other things. So they're going camping, and they find this spot and get a campsite from this campsite. They get a camping spot from this campsite with this psycho lady. And she's already psycho offhand, like at the beginning. So I don't even know why they even were like, oh yeah, let's stay here. So it is like an outdoorsy camp movie, which I like. And then you already know who the killer is. It's her. It's the psycho lady. So it's not like it's some masked killer or some killer you have to figure out or anything like that. You already know it's her. She's just insane. And then when they get into the camp, like, it's pretty primitive. There's, you got to set up your tent or your camper. They're in a camper, and there's outhouses and all. So it's really primitive camp spot. And then again, she has her rules for camping, just normal camping rules, make sure you let out your fire and, this, that, and the other. And there's some other campers there too. The couple finds out and they kind of become friends with them, but everybody's breaking the rules. And so she's going around killing everybody. It was pretty interesting. There was a little more to it, just in case you do watch. I don't want to spoil it, but you do find out a little more to the story at the end, and there's a little small twist that ends up happening at the end, which I liked. But there are some bloody moments in it, and again, it's just another mediocre Tubi original movie. You can't expect too much from it, but I did actually enjoy it. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence of giving it a 6. I'd like a 5 or a 6, but I always give the Tubi originals 5s. So I don't know, 5.5. Let's just do that. I give it a 5.5, but it's not a bad 5.5. But I don't know. You just have to watch it and see if you like it. But it was kind of interesting just to see this psycho lady just kind of killing everybody. And a gross out moment. My moment for this movie was, like I said earlier, there's outhouses that don't flush or anything. So you think that she killed this one dude, and she stuffs him in the toilet, which was very reminiscent of Sleepaway Camp Part 2 to me. Stuffs him in the toilet. So then the couple that are staying there, the main couple of the movie, right? The husband is going to use the bathroom, and someone's poking on his butt. And the guy, of course, the dude gets up off the toilet. He's freaking out. He's screaming, da-da-da. And the guy is coming up out of the toilet. That was a bit nasty and gross. And yeah. And the guy also, she had put like a plastic bag over his head too. So like he's suffocating in this plastic bag. He's in the toilet with a bunch of poo. And now this dude is like coming up out of the toilet and freaking this guy out. And he's just trying to get some air, and there's poop all over him. So that was like my gross moment of the movie. Coming out of the toilet. I bet that was an interesting scene that actor had to do. So yeah, it was cool. If you just don't have anything else to watch and you're sitting there doing this for an hour, like, what the hell do I watch? Just go watch The Camp Host. And then if you don't like it, just message me and say, Kristy, this was really horrible. Why did you suggest it? I thought it's a slasher. So it is a slasher. So, and like I said, there's a little twist ending at the end. So it's all right. I love Sleepaway Camp 2. It's my favorite as well. Hello, Julian. How are you? Bury the Bride. Hello, Chris Nat. Yes, Bury the Bride is awesome. It's one of my favorites on Tubies. And that's why I like doing these Tubi originals. Because again, it's movies that not everybody's talking about online, because everybody's usually talking about the mainstream stuff or whatever's coming out in the theater. That's usually what everybody's talking about. And again, I like to talk about other things. I just have fun with the Tubi originals, and there's some that have been really freaking good, and then there's been some that are really horrible. So when I give a Tubi original a 5, I mean, that's really like a basic good score for a Tubi original, and there's nothing bad about that. Sam Elliott is the man. I totally agree. McGregor was a bit annoying. Okay, I can go with that. I understand what you're saying by annoying. I get it. Yep. I don't know. Did Fun World have Ghostface lunchboxes? They had a lot of new stuff. I can't remember. You would think that they would have already made their own lunchbox, though. I am addicted to Tubi originals. Thank you. It is gross. Sounds like a real shitty scene. I'm glad you fell in love with the A&P films. Can't wait for OnlyFans, right? Okay, so my last movie I want to review, and then I'm going to go over the products, y'all, is Diced. Dieced. That's brand new. It just came out on Tubi, and it is an hour long. Just 1 hour. So that's good. I love that. I love that it was an hour, and that's all we needed. It was great for an hour. I love that. I've seen a lot of people posting about this movie on X and on Instagram, and this was around the time that was happening with Philip, so I finally got to sit down and watch it. And it's about like a killer scarecrow, and I'm into scarecrow stuff. I like killer scarecrows. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try this with being an hour. Not too bad. Not too bad of an hour. It has its pros and cons. So you've got this girl, her and her brother and her dad. The mom, the wife, has been missing for quite some time, and they don't know what happened to her. But you've got this guy that has escaped from the mental hospital, and now he's dressed up as a scarecrow going around killing people in the town, and he is looking for the daughter because he's the one that supposedly kidnapped and did something with her mom. So it's basically the scarecrow guy just going around and killing people in the town. And it's Halloween night. It's Halloween Eve in 1987. So this is what I have to say about it. You can tell that they were highly influenced by Terrifier and Terrifier 2. There are some scenes in this that were very reminiscent from Terrifier and Terrifier 2. Like, again, it's on Halloween. So the main girl is making her costume. So this is like Terrifier 2. Making her costume for the Halloween party that she's going to with her friends. And then the costume ends up being like, a woman warrior costume with a bow and arrow. Just like What's-Her-Face in Terrifier 2. So kind of like that. And then so that was kind of reminiscent in my opinion. I feel like, there's nothing by being inspired by other people. That's fine. That's great. But maybe just picked another costume, maybe. I mean, because it was just like she was doing a cheaper version of what the girl had done in Terrifier 2. And then she had the bow and arrow and everything. And I was just like, okay, all right. And then there's the moment with her and her friend when they're in a coffee shop, having their coffee at the table, discussing the Halloween party. And then the scarecrow comes in and sits down and starts, gets a newspaper out and is behind the newspaper and kind of starts messing with them as they're, chatting. Kind of like the same thing in Terrifier when the two girls are chatting about the Halloween party in the pizza place, and then Art the Clown comes in and sits down and starts messing with them. Kind of reminiscent of that. So that's just what I was thinking watching that part. But it was, all in all, it was fun though. It was totally fun. I didn't hate it or anything. I think it would be something good to watch at Halloween time, because like I said, it is on Halloween. And they do depict Halloween really good throughout the movie. There's tons of Halloween decorations to really give you the Halloween vibe. So I do think this could be something new and fun to watch at Halloween time, especially something new to show somebody that, has always, watched Halloween movies or Night of the Demons or something of the basic Halloween movies we always watch. So I think this could be a new staple for Halloween. And with it being an hour, that's great. I liked all the acting. The acting was fine. I didn't have any problems with that. You do get a little twist. You get kind of a little twist at the end. And because you kind of find out some stuff, about the story at the end. And then I liked the scarecrow. I liked the killer. I thought he was very cool looking. He kind of looked more like a clown scarecrow. Like the makeup they did on him and then having that long chin. A lot of the clowns at haunts and stuff kind of look like that nowadays. So he kind of looked like a clown scarecrow in a way, but I liked him. I thought that the character was very cool. He didn't act as over the top and goofy as Art the Clown, but he had his moments, but not as over the top, which was good. I actually would like to see the Scarecrow, the killer, like with a whole other movie, like a whole other storyline, because I just thought that he was really cool. I did like the lead actress. I thought she did a really good job too. One thing I do feel like they fell short of a little bit was depicting the 80s. Now, they depicted Halloween really well, but not really the 80s. If they didn't tell you at the beginning of it that it's Halloween 1987, I probably wouldn't have thought that it was the 80s, to be honest with you. And that's just me coming from the 80s. And I get that you have to take things from 2024 and try to make it 80s, I get it. So it's not like a big thing or anything, but it could have like shouted 80s a little bit more in the movie since it was 87. But yeah, it was all right. Wasn't too bad. I give it a 6 out of 10. Like I said, something fun to watch maybe around Halloween time now, something new. Not too bad. So there you go. Go watch Diced. It's on Tubi if you haven't watched it yet. What are y'all saying? Yes, that's Philip I'm talking to. Philip's always behind the desk. Three is a Christmas movie, but getting released on Halloween week. Yeah, I thought that was interesting too. You think Trick or Treat's better than the original Halloween? All right. There's a lot of Michael Myers fans out there that you would be ticking off by saying that. But okay. I like Trick or Treat. I like it. I like Halloween. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say this. And I don't care. It's my show. I will say it. I'm already getting a little bored and over talking about Art the Clown, to be honest with you. It's like it's either Art the Clown or Michael Myers. there's more to life than those two people. But yeah, I'm kind of getting over the whole Terrifier thing at the moment and Art the Clown. Not that I'm saying I'm not excited about part 3, but it's just like, all right, I want to talk about somebody else or another movie or something at the moment. But yeah, that's all anybody's talking about. So we're going to make him overrated. We're going to make Art the Clown overrated, just like Michael Myers is overrated. I said it. Yes, I did. So yeah, that's all the movies I have watched. So go watch Diced on Tubi and The Camp Host on Tubi. You can go watch Joe Bob's Last Drive-In and Rotten Tail on Shudder. Critters 2 and all the Critters movies are all on Tubi. Roadhouse is on Amazon, and The Beekeeper we rented for like $5.99. And April Fool's movies, I'm sure, are all on Tubi, or they're streaming somewhere, I'm sure. But I highly recommend. I recommend everything I talked about, though. I mean, there's nothing there's just nothing I would say, don't watch this. I mean, because you may love it. So I would never tell anybody not to watch something. But I did thoroughly enjoy most of everything that I watched. And remember, next week we're going to do The Last Omen. Really quick, one more movie I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to shock you guys. So you may want to sit down. I'm going to shock y'all with my review on this movie. So when all this was happening with Philip, that day, it was supposed to be me and Steven doing the podcast, and we were going to do Strangeland, Dee Snider's Strangeland. And then we didn't get to do it, right? So I still have my notes on Strangeland. So I don't like it. And apparently everybody else does. Steven didn't like it either, and Steven chose the movie. I told him to choose a movie, and he said, well, I haven't watched Strangeland in a long time. Let's talk about that. I was like, okay, fine, because I hadn't really paid attention much to that movie, to be honest with you. So I was like, okay, let's do that. And I know a lot of people like Strangeland, and then I posted about it, and then we didn't do it. And everybody was like, oh, I love that movie. Oh, had some type of connection with that movie because of when it came out or whatever. A lot of people really like Strangeland. I do not. I hated it. I don't think it's good at all. I mean, it's basically telling the same damn story twice. He kidnaps the girl, Captain Howdy kidnaps the girl, and then the dad, the cop, the detective, has to go find his daughter, go find Captain Howdy. He finds his daughter, he finds Captain Howdy, he puts him in jail, and then here we are a few years later, and now he's out of the mental hospital, or whatever it was, and back doing the same exact thing again. He kidnaps his daughter again, and then again, the detective has to go find his daughter again and get Captain Howdy again. I mean, I was just like, what? We're repeating the same story twice in one movie? Like, that was stupid. I don't know. I guess the whole idea of when this was made and the internet and someone from the internet that can hack your stuff like that and get you to come to a party. But anybody who's going to meet someone off the internet like that, like that, and then go, oh yeah, I'm going to come to your party, you're a dumbass. I mean, why would you do that? I mean, I know they do it in the movie because it's the movie, or but in real life, like, why would you just be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go to this weird stranger on the internet. I'm just going to go to this party right now. And you see what happens when you go to the party? You die. You get tortured. I mean, if you're a dumbass, that's what happens. So, I mean, the whole idea of the guy using the internet to get people to, and then to torture them with Body modification was an interesting creative idea, but to me, all of it just wasn't executed well at all. And I just did not like the movie. I don't think it's a good movie. My opinion. So yeah, there's Strangeland. So now I don't like Strangeland. I don't like Shaun of the Dead. And everybody likes these movies. Are y'all shocked? Never understood. Oh my God. See, Michael, see, me and you, we know. Yeah. I don't get it. Yes, Chucky is coming back. I'm going to talk about that too. Who was my favorite horror icon? Hello, Jason. How are you? I have not seen Late Night of the with the Devil. I haven't been able to get to the movie theater, so I haven't been able to see it, but I will though. My favorite horror icon when I was a kid, it was Freddy. Now, I mean, I don't really have a favorite. I like everybody, but I don't know. I guess I really gravitate towards Chucky and Ghostface and Annabelle. I love Megan now. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm getting over Art the Clown. And here I have a coloring book, but yeah. It sounds something from American Mary they ripped off. Okay, well, they didn't rip it off because Strangeland was made in the 90s. So, American Mary, that came out, 2000... When was that, y'all? 2009, 2000, something like that. When it came out in the 2000s, years later after Strangeland, I do believe as far as body modification movies, American Mary is like the prime one. I love that movie and I love the story of that movie. But yeah, it's not a ripoff because Strangeland was made first. How's Shelley? I don't know. He works for Trick or Treat Studios now. He works for Justin Mabry for Trick or Treat Studios, so he's doing good, I'm assuming. All right, so speaking of, somebody said something about Chucky. Where is my... I need to get back to April. I'm still on March here. Tonight, American Horror Story starts back. American Horror Story Delicate. I think there's 4 or 5 more episodes left. I don't know if any of y'all were even watching that. I was watching it before they went on hiatus. So I'm definitely going to be watching American Horror Story tonight. And I will talk about that next week. And then next Wednesday, Chucky starts. So, of course, I'm watching that. And I'll talk about Chucky when that starts too. So I'm excited about those. What else did I want to say? Yep, Thanksgiving is a great movie. Hello, Henry. How are you? Let's see. There's something else I was going to talk about. I cannot remember what the heck it was. I didn't write it down, I guess. Okay. Leprechaun, blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, I guess I did talk about everything I wrote down. I feel like there was another movie or something else I watched I wanted to mention. What did I want to mention before I talk about the products? Oh! I want to mention this too. And I'm going to go ahead and say this. I'm going to put this out there. Again, it's my show. I'll say what I want. Everybody's starting to message me about the Megan doll that NECA is putting out. Yes, I've seen the email about Megan. It would have been a whole lot better if Trick or Treat Studios was doing it. But, you know, remember they can't do that now. So NECA is doing it. And it's going to take 10 years. Okay? And anybody who thinks it's not, I don't know what planet you're living on. It took them 5 years to do the Chucky, which is a doll this big. Right? 5 years. It didn't take 3 like everybody thinks. It took 5. 5. So for them to say that they're going to put out a Megan doll and it's going to get released this year. To the people who pre-order that, because it will not come out this year. It will take 10 freaking years for that to come out. And for the doll, if it's going to be 1-to-1, I mean, shouldn't it be the height of a small child? Because that's what she was, a child. So if you're going to have a doll that big, shouldn't it be more money than what the Chucky is? And they're trying to sell it for the exact same price as the Chucky? That makes zero sense to me. So, okay. That's all I have to say about that. Trick or Treat Studios should be doing it. Anyway, products that we have. We have a lot of brand new products at Nightmare Toys. We've gotten a lot of brand new products within the past few weeks. I had announced a while back that we were slowing down on the website. Well, we are not slowing down now. Website is back going. We are adding all new products to our website again. So everything that I show you, you will be able to see on the website, except for these lunch boxes for the moment, only because we have to get boxes to ship these off, and we don't have the boxes at the moment, and we're waiting for those. Once we do get the boxes to start shipping the lunch boxes, then we will put these on the website. But for the moment, as of today, they're not, but we will be doing it. But all the other stuff I'm going to show you is on the website, plus more, okay? I am totally in love with these new lunch boxes. These come from a different company. I told y'all that I'm trying to find some new companies to order from so I can get some different stuff in here. And companies that are actually shipping stuff in a timely fashion, because that's what I need, being a retail store. So these come from, I have lunch boxes that come from Factory Entertainment, and then I have these that come from a different company. I have some plushies. They make magnets. They make all kinds of stuff that we can order. So I'm very, very excited to be ordering from this company. And we have plushies. I have already showed y'all my Reverend Cain plush from Poltergeist 2. I have posted that. So we still have a couple of him left. But it comes from the same company as these 10 totes. But I did bring some other plushies that we have. And we've been selling out of the killer clowns very quick. Just want to put that out there. There was a popcorn puppet, or like a puppet one that we had. And that one I think is sold out. So we will be ordering more. They do have plushies from Day of the Dead and Dawn of the Dead, I just noticed. I will be ordering those. They are way too cool. And there's no product for those movies, barely. So that's what I want. I want product for movies that you don't ever really get a lot of product for. So we have Ghoulies plushies. I think I just got, we have the fish ghoulie and we have the rat ghoulie as well. How cool are these plushies? So cute, y'all. I don't want to take it out of the plastic bag because we're still trying to sell this one. But I do have the Reverend Cain. There's the Reverend Cain from Poltergeist 2. I love him. These are on the website. $23.99. Let's see. $23.99 for Reverend Cain. $29.99 for Fish Ghoulie. And then here's a Killer Clown. We have him too. And we have a few other Killer Clown ones as well. And then, like I said, they have other plushes for other movies. On our next order, I will be ordering the Day of the Dead and the Dawn of the Dead plushies as well. I love these 10 totes. They have other ones. But these are just the ones that I brought in to show you guys. Ghoulies 2. There's never anything for Ghoulies 2. How awesome is that? No, there's no thermos. They do not come with thermoses. Here's the pumpkin head. And these are fun. You can do all kinds of fun things with these. And these are fun for all ages. And the Killer Clowns. The Killer Clowns ones has been selling really good. And that's really cool. And then we have a whole bunch of other ones too. Like I said, those will be put on the website soon. We just have to get boxes for these. And then I just got in the coloring books. So I had the Terrifier. Let's see. There's a Terrifier one. I'm like looking at the camera and going the wrong way. We had the Terrifier one for the Leah Vasoy signing that we had a couple weeks ago. Sold out like that. So I just got a new batch in, and these are on the website. These are from Chris Butler Designs. And it's so cool. Let's see if I can open up. Let's see. I find coloring to be very therapeutic. So if you're getting anxiety or anything like that, grab some coloring, a coloring book, some crayons or pencils or whatever, markers, and start coloring. I really think it's therapeutic. It can really calm you, or at least it does me. So that's really cool. So we got that one, and it is $15. That's on the website. And then we have this one too, just called Color the Killer. It's also $15. And then it's just different. Look at that. The Strangers, y'all. It's different from different movies. Look, there's Felissa. There's Chucky. Color the Killer. This is really cool. And these are good for all ages. Look, there's Captain Spaulding. So that's fun too. And that's $15. And this is also on the website as well. And they make great gifts if you've got someone with a birthday coming up or what have you. So those are fun. So those are all on the website. We also have, I think the VHS are only in store, I believe, right? I think they are. Yeah. So in store, I know a lot of people will be coming here for Sick New World coming up in a few weeks. We just added a whole bunch of really good VHS. We had a whole bunch of VHS over at Nightmare Cafe. They were over there just being decor. And so now they're over here at Nightmare Toys, and now we're selling them. Tons of good ones. I put a whole bunch for my Kristy's Picks of the Week for this week. I have not posted that on my Instagram. I was trying to post the trivia question earlier on my Instagram, and I don't know, Instagram's acting funny and it wouldn't post. But I will post once I can. But yeah, we have a lot of VHS. So if you're here in Vegas, come to Nightmare Toys and come get your VHS. We have them priced anywhere from $5 to $20. We have tons of good stuff too. Freddy's Dead, Jason Takes Manhattan. We have a lot of good VHS. And then we also have tons and tons of new autographs and other autographs that were also at Nightmare Cafe for decor. They are now over at the store for sale too. Are those on the website, the autographs? Are those in store? Brian did not tell me. I'm not sure. I believe some of the autographs are on the website, but there are some that are in store too. You just have to check it out on the website, and I'll ask Brian. But we have a lot of new autographs in the store, so that's good. We have a brand new look with the store. We condensed it back down to the original space that we had when we first opened the store here in Las Vegas. We did have a back room where we had all of our shirts and stuff, but right now we're having to use that space for storage for a lot of the stuff from Nightmare Cafe and things. So we took everything out of that back room, squeezed it back into the original space of the store, and now everything is completely rearranged and it looks really good. I'm very happy with the way the store looks right now. And we have a lot of animatronics going on in the store because we did bring some of that over from Nightmare Cafe, and we already had some of our own stuff. So tons of animatronics throughout the store now, tons of fun things. When you walk in, it is what I call, you walk into fun. when you walk into my store, because now at the front of the store are some of the animatronics that we have. You've got my claw machine, my pinball machine, you've got my chest burster guy you can take pictures with. So right when you walk into Nightmare Toys, it's just tons of fun happening at you right when you walk in, and I'm very happy with the way the store looks right now. So yeah, so when you come on down to Vegas, come see us at Nightmare Toys. I think, woo, I had a lot to talk about. I think that's it, though. I believe that I wanted to say. This weekend, I'm very excited to announce that I will be working on Skate to Hell with Sean C. Phillips. I'll be working on that movie, so I've got that project this weekend. Very happy about that. I have a little cameo in Skate to Hell, and so does Nightmare Toys. Nightmare Toys is going to be a skate shop. So yay! So I'm excited for that. And I'm excited to do OnlyFans, but that's not happening until July. So I have a lot of projects, a lot of movies. I'm hoping some of these movies that I've done with Tom Devlin will come out soon too. So I've got a lot of projects, and a lot of movies I've been doing. So I'm very blessed and very happy to be doing these movies. I'm just so excited. We don't have anything else scheduled for the rest of the month, except we were talking to someone about doing a signing after Sick New World. But we haven't heard anything else back. This person was talking to me and Brian. It is a lead singer of a band that everybody knows. So hopefully we can get that going. They came to us, or he came to us, him and his agent, wanting to do a signing after Sick New World here. You can probably somewhat guess on who that lead singer is. He's been in the store a few times already before. So that'll be fun if we can get that signing going. And if we do, that will be, I don't know. It's like the Sunday after Sick New World. So whatever Sunday that is, I can't remember right now. And then later on this month, I would like to say I will be going to Alabama. We're leaving on the 17th. So that Wednesday, I won't be doing my live show or podcast or anything. Going to Alabama, gonna go check on some stuff and go grab my daughter. I'm bringing my daughter back with me, so my daughter will be here for a week. I can't wait, so that's gonna be exciting. And that week that she's here, we're gonna do Abigail. We're gonna go watch Abigail, and we'll do and talk about Abigail that week. So I'm excited for her to come. I think that's it. I do have an IMDb page, Dan. Go check it out. Kristy Adams. I don't have a picture. We're trying to figure that out. I need to put my picture on there. But I do have an IMDb page. No, he never came back to the store to get the gorilla suit. I wish he would have. We still have it in here. Oh, that'd been cool, though. The Nightmare Toys have 5X sizes in shirts. No, I believe the only 5X shirts we've ever had were like our own designs, but we can't even get 5X anymore. Unfortunately. I'm sorry. For whatever weird reason, 5X and 4X like shirts is just difficult. I don't know, it's weird. So your birthday is what? 17th? Oh, okay, 2 days before your birthday. Oh, I gotcha. The 15th. Okay, gotcha. I'll have to remember that. Okay, I think that's it. There's just been a lot going on. Okay. Well, I will see y'all next week. And remember, we're going to talk about The First Omen next week. And I'll have some other movies to talk about, too. And go watch Diced and The Camp Host on Tubi. And go check out the website with some of the new stuff that we've added on there. And yeah, and Philip's doing good. So all is good. Everything's great. And again, thank you very much, everybody, for all the well wishes with Philip and with the Nightmare Cafe and everything. And just, yeah, thank you. I love y'all. And I can't wait to see y'all again next week. All right. Well, y'all have a spooky weekend. Bye.